I just realized that I've been recording and I didn't know it. So hello, and I'm so happy to see you. I know it's been a while, and you probably could tell from my background that some things are different. And I will show you a little bit of it. Excuse the mess because I haven't cleaned it. I've been staying with my ex because the weather is really bad. It's like really, really cold. So I'll take a picture of it and show you. I wanted to get something different. I wanted to give my car to my daughter because her car, it's going to go bad. It's really bad. So I gave her my car and I went and got a 2019 Dodge Durango. It's got 3-row seating and the very back seats fold flat. That way I can get a normal mattress. I plan on getting a cot mattress and putting back there, and I can lay out instead of curled up. I'm so excited. I love the car. I tried to get a van, but the first salesman, kept telling me that I couldn't get it because the payments were $900. There was no leadway whatsoever. I told him I could not pay more than $7. And then he refused to give me a used Ford Transit, I think is what it was. And he kept looking at my boobs the whole time we were talking. He would look at my face and then go down and then look at my face. And I'm sitting there the whole time thinking, could you just stop? And I wanted to be forward and say, stop. But I was trying to be nice. I'm always too nice. He said he would call me that Friday because I went in Thursday. He said he'll get me something from auction. He'll call me Friday around 3. Well, he never called. So I think it was Saturday. I called up there and spoke to the manager. And I told him everything I just told you. And he's like, no, we don't do that here, blah, 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 blah. He said, I'll find you something. So he sent me a picture of this. And I'm like, oh my God, I love that. And he said, no down payment. And he quoted a monthly payment, which is doable. And I'm like, I don't know, I really want a van. So I kept going back and forth with him and saying, I really need a van. Didn't tell him why. And he's like, I just can't do that. So he started showing me other vehicles and I'm like, no. So I really looked at this one. And you know how when you look online, then you can go through slides looking at the vehicle. So I did that and I realized it's 3-row seating. And I can at least lay in it and put my stuff in order instead of flung everywhere, as you know. And so I went up there and looked at it. I'm like, oh my God, I love it. So I took it. The seats are black leather. They're seat warmers or heated seats, however you want to say it. My steering wheel is even heated, and I love it because I have Raynaud's, which is when it's cold, your hands hurt. It's very painful. And so the steering wheel helps. It's got 2 bucket seats in the middle with a console between. And I don't know how anybody gets back to the 3rd row. Neither of the seating is pushed over for you to walk beside to get back there. So I have to figure that out. I think that you have to fold one bucket seat down to get back there. I'm not sure. He didn't show me that, so I'm going to have to figure that out. But I do like it. I have to get used to the size because it's big. I used to have a Suburban. It was an older model, like an 80-something, I think it was, or 96, something like that. And it was big, but I hadn't drove anything that big in a long time. So when I go down narrow lanes, I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to hit something. I don't think I will. I hope not. Yeah, I've been with my ex since the weather changed. It's gone down to the single digits here and the low teens also, like 21, 19. And there's no way that I can be warm, even with a heating pad and blankets in the car. And I'm afraid that even if I tried, I'd get sick, and I cannot get sick. I had a couple more visits in the car before I got this one, and for some reason they were working on my, or vibrating or whatever, I think it was my left hip area and my rib cage area. So maybe they were working on the hip. I'm not sure, but I felt a movement I had the heating pad there. I felt a movement in that area. Felt like somebody lifted my shirt up and then dropped it on my skin again. So I readjusted and told them I'm sorry, I had to adjust, go ahead, and they did. They did whatever they did, and I think they put me to sleep. And I think I had some visits in my ex's house. I say think because I feel them, but sometimes I doubt it, as you know, as always. But yeah, I am sleeping on the love seat, which is also, I have to ball up. But it's okay. I have a warm place to stay. I don't mind it at all. I'm 5'1", maybe and a half. I used to be 5'2". I've shrunk, of course. But yeah, the situation has been okay. I cannot wait to get back in the car. My mental health has been struggling. I'm still not depressed, but trying to adjust to the car and tell my mind it's okay that I'm not living in an apartment. It is okay. And this is what I need to do. You know, that process, you have to talk to yourself and say, you know, this is okay. And so when I adjusted finally to being in the car and being okay taking a shower where I work and such, then after that, after adjusting and getting used to it, which was kind of a pain because I had to go in to do editing on my laptop because of this, doing laundry and trying to take a shower and, you know, blah, blah. And then I go to my ex's house because it's cold and I have to adjust there because I really just don't want to be there. So I have to mentally adjust to that. And I feel like he feels that maybe I want to stay until whenever, in which I don't. I really just don't. So I have to tell him, you know, I'm not staying. As soon as the digits, you know, come up and when the warmth comes up in the 30s, I'll go back in the car. I hope he understands it. But anyway, I can't wait to try laying back there. I have to get more window coverings because I have more windows in here. So I've got to do that. I've been looking and I'm like, I don't know if those are the right sizes. I have to get one for the back window. You know, those binder things you put in your front windshield? I was using that in my car because my back of the car, the seat, there was like a shelf. And I would slide that in there with the black facing up. And the window on the very top was the only thing peeking through. They couldn't see because of that binder. But now I have to find something for that. I'm coming up with a plan since I've been with my ex's house, I should say. I don't like talking around people on my camera. I will get used to it eventually, I'm sure. But I don't want to talk around him. And when I get off, it's almost dark and it's really fast. And so I'm like, I don't want to talk at night either because I have to turn my light on and it's bright. And so I'm like, I could do this at lunch. I could go out to my car at lunch and do a video, then I can edit it at his house tonight. So I'm going to try to do that. I was doing pretty well with my videos. I was doing one a day until the weather changed. And so that kind of hurt a little bit. I hope you guys are doing well. I really miss doing these videos. I've been putting a lot of shorts out and my shorts are thoughts in my head, what I feel that people should do as in processing pain or negative emotions. You have to process that to get rid of it and heal it and let go of it. You know, things like that. Or if I see a quote that I really, really like and it makes sense and it resonates, I will put that quote in shorts. And I hope that these quotes and my sayings and stuff, I know my soul comes out and says things. I channel information. I hope that my shorts help people. I really do. I even put them on TikTok and my Facebook because you guys are so important to me and I'm here on a mission to help people. I love doing this and I want to do so much more. I just don't know how to go about doing it just yet. I want to say this, and it's really weird to me. It's very, very strange to me. My two older kids and I were talking not too long ago, maybe a couple of days ago, maybe 3 or 4. They were telling me stuff that I did as a parent when they were young, and I don't remember. And some of the things weren't very nice, and I don't want to say it on here, but it affected them. And I'm like, are you serious? I did that? And I know they're not going to lie to me. And they were like, yeah, you did that. or you said this and it really affected me and it hurt. And I'm sitting there thinking, how could I ever think that that was something right to be said to my kids? I have so much pain and regret in doing that. And I told him, I'm so sorry. I don't remember doing that, but I do believe you. And I'm so sorry that I have done that to you. And I told him, I cannot say that enough. I hope that you forgive me. Maybe not even now, but soon. I told them, they had to process this and let it go because they've been hanging on to this for a while. And I'm like, I'm sorry. And I told him, I am not the same person now that I was then. And it's so different because since my awakening, I'm seeing things with difference is all I can explain it, or how I can explain it is there's a difference. And part of me is like, okay, am I a walk-in? Because that happens. I don't know, because I don't know how to explain a walk-in. All I know is I am not the same person that I was before 2020, because 2020 around March was my awakening. And it really just stumps me how I've changed. And before my awakening, I was just so angry and bitter and thinking that things were so against me. I would never get ahead in life. I would never get what I thought I deserved. And now I'm into do not think negative. Always think positive. You have to process things. You have to think about them and like adjust them in your head and say, I am good now. I've got an apology. I'm good now. Or if you get something traumatic in your life that happens, like your parents' death, yes, mourn them, but don't let it become a permanent mourning. You have to process that and let it go, but know that they're still there. And just because you let it go doesn't mean that you forget them or anything that would be uncomfortable, because you're always going to think of them. They're always there. All you have to do is think of them and bam, they're there. Or they can even be one of your guides. How do I know all of this? I'm so different now. And it's not like I read a book and get this information. This is stuff, which I've said before, comes to me in which way I don't know. But I know it's true and factual. It's crazy. Yeah, but I have so much regret. I have to process that myself and let it go, because that's traumatic to me, because I've loved my kids. I still do. That sounded weird. I love my kids so much, and I regret being that type of parent. I didn't beat them. I was better than my mom, in which that was my goal as a parent, but I made a lot of mistakes. When you make mistakes, it's very, very important to say, I'm sorry, and let that person heal from that. Because when you don't say you're sorry, they hang on to that trauma, whether that trauma be mild or light or major. That person that you hurt has to let that go, and you have to help them because it's your fault. As I'm talking to you, I'm seeing little orbs going everywhere. I love it. I so love it. And I still see orbs, of course. Oh, something else I wanted to add. Yesterday, I got a prescription of Zepbound, which is another name for the Moreno, the diabetic injection that everybody's using for weight loss. I got it yesterday and took my first injection. And around lunchtime, I started noticing my appetite is like gone, which is cool. This morning, I was hungry. So I'm excited about how I come of that. It's one shot or injection or whatever. It's a pen, like an EpiPen kind of thing. You take it once a week. So I'm excited where I will be headed with that. I will keep you guys updated on that also. So I'm going to end this video here. I had to jump on here and say something to you because I've been gone for a while. But I will try at lunch every day to come out here. Now, this weekend is supposed to be really bad. If it's that bad, I probably won't do a video because I have to get out of the house, get in my car and do one. The roads are supposed to be icy. I don't want to drive on them. So if I don't do a video, no, that is because it's bad. It's bad outside. So I'm going to end this here. I love you guys tremendously, more than you will ever know. And I'm going to send each and every one of you love, light, and peace. Bye.